Hello friends, welcome back to my truck. This is a new truck. It's not any of the trucks you've seen before. My other truck actually had broke down, and I might tell that story in a minute. This is going to be kind of more of a casual video. I've had a day that was like, ugh, make it stop, you know, like one of those fucking days. And so I thought that I would just ramble to the internets about it, because that seems like the sane, rational thing to do, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna eat ice cream with you guys. It just seems sad, like, sitting in my truck eating ice cream all alone, I guess. I got one of these damn Magnum double caramel bars. Everything around here is closed. It's almost 10 o'clock, except for a shitty gas station, which closes actually at 10 o'clock. And I've never had these before, but this is the option, so. Oh, damn, that's a lot of caramel. Because ice cream makes you thirsty, I got fucking lemonade Sprite. Please don't explode. Late reaction. I've never had lemonade Sprite before, but it's pretty good. Anyway, so my truck broke down. I had just picked up this load. It was a dry van load, and I hadn't made it 10 miles from the shipper. I was on the highway in traffic. I started to see this smoke, and I was like, damn, someone's on fire. And then I was like, oh shit, I'm on fire. So of course I'd be panicking, because my ass thought the fucking truck's on fire, right? And I'm like kind of in the middle lanes, because it was I was in the right lane where I was, but it was like one of those merge points where the highways come together. So being in the right lane meant that I was in the middle lane. But people felt like getting out of my way, and I made it to the shoulder, and I called, and I was like, there's smoke coming out of my truck. And when I stopped the truck, the smoke stopped coming, right? And the guy was like, what do you mean smoke's coming out of your truck? And I was like, under the driver's seat. Smoke's pouring out of my fucking truck. That could be anything. Okay. And so, basically he says, you'll want to take it by the shop just in case you get out of town and you end up on the side of the road somewhere broke down. And I was thinking to myself, like, motherfucker, that's what's happening right now. So I like barely made it back to the shop. It was an exhaust leak. And I was feeling pretty loopy by the end of it. Like, all this exhaust started like coming up and around the truck and pouring through my windows, and I stopped driving it on the street where the shop was because I couldn't fucking see. And like the fumes got to my head, and I stumbled out in the smoke, and luckily no one hit me because I was on the fucking road at this point. And I thought that I had died, and I thought that I was in the afterlife, but the afterlife just really, really fucking sucked. It was like one of those in the movies where they're like, am I dead? And the world is like their world, but a shittier version of it, basically. And so I don't believe in the afterlife. I don't know why I thought that, but That's what I thought. If I was like one of those shitty people who pretend to have died and wrote a book, no one would read my fucking book about it. It would be like, turns out the afterlife is your life now, but just a little bit different, like an acid trip or something. I say this, but I've never done acid. Never been on an acid trip. Put it on my bucket list. So, yeah, this is my, second or third week of being a flatbed driver. And, there are some like little complications that keep getting in my way because I just don't have the equipment that I need sometimes. So I'd be feeling like, be a flatbed driver, they say. It'll be fun, they say. You know, as I'm like desperately trying to get whatever it is that I need so I can finish like my securement and all this other stuff. So I can get down the road and make me some money. But like, I didn't have a ratchet bar. I thought that all drivers just had their like own ratchet bars that the company gave to them, but they didn't give me a ratchet bar, and they said, oh, it's, you know, every trailer has a ratchet bar in the toolbox, so don't worry about it. That's a fucking lie, man. Thankfully, when I was at the shipper, the first one that I went to, they had a ratchet bar that they let me use while it was there. Of course, I had to give it back to them. And, there were no large truck stops in the area, so getting another one was a real pain in the ass. And, like, they have 9 straps. There's supposed to be 9 straps in their little toolbox thingy that I'll be talking about. And so I was like, well, okay. 9 straps in the toolbox thingy, got it. So I get to the shipper. I'm carrying a bunch of wood right now. Like, I know that you're generally not supposed to talk about what you're carrying, but like, you can see it. It's not a huge deal like that. It's just like a bunch of you know, like 2x4s and shit you get at Lowe's or whatever. So I showed up, and there was this guy who got loaded before me, and his was piled like way up high, like above his truck, and he had like 20 straps. And I was like, holy shit. I've never really been to a lumber yard before where they make the lumber and stuff, like the 2x4s. They put them through this machine, and it saws them down, and sawdust is flying everywhere, and then they cut it to certain lengths, and yeah. But anyways, I was just like, holy shit, man, I only have 9 straps. And so I ended up going on this like ridiculous journey to find 10 more straps in just like the middle of nowhere. And I did. They weren't all the straps that they weren't the kind that I wanted necessarily. Like, I ended up having to get the heavy duty kind because they didn't have like enough of the regular. But obviously that still works for securement. I really don't think that DOT is going to be upset that all these wood pieces are over secured. So, I don't know. It's been interesting. It took me a really long time, like an embarrassing long time, to get everything secured because it was so windy today too. So that was also a thing. One day I'm gonna look back on this week and laugh and be like, oh, I remember when I was a baby flatbed truck driver and everything was going wrong and I was still trying to figure stuff out and blah blah blah. Or I'll be like, I remember that time I tried to be a flatbed truck driver. Man, that shit was fucking disastrous. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be the first one. I'd be really surprised if it's the second one. But even though I am like struggling in my early days or whatever, this is definitely better than my old job. And I like it a lot better. I like the people more. I like the customers more so far. I've liked the company itself, most of the people, a lot better than the ones in my old company. And then I really need to get off my ass more often because I'm becoming like kind of a fat, miserable old maid. I want to be a really fit, really full, because, you know, I have money. Oh, I don't right now, but I will. Like, enough to fill my stomach up anyway. I want to be like a really fit, a really full old maid. All the other old maids are gonna want to have like a cat play date with me, you know what I'm saying? I'll bring my kitty to your house so they can play together. Maybe. I'm not done eating my ice cream. Oh no. Can't let this part escape. Oh. But I think I am done with this video. Thanks for joining me in my truck. This has been Tales from a Baby Flatbedder, what the fuck ever. I take some pictures that don't suck if you want to check out my Tumblr. It's the same as my YouTube handle. And that's it. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.